Andy the Gabby Cabby. I hope you're all doing all right on this Saturday. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon now. Well, British time anyway. You'd know that, wouldn't you? If you looked at your watch when you got your YouTube notification that I'm here. At least I hope you got a YouTube notification today, because I know some of you do, some of you don't. It all depends on the time of day that YouTube kind of lets you know about things. I hope you're all having a good day. I had one of those long nights where I had to work through, and yeah, I think I've had about a couple of hours sleep, to be honest. I went and watched a football match with my young son, and I wanted to come on here and do my usual 40 minutes to an hour with you fine people. So I hope you are all well on this Saturday, and I see a couple of people in the chat already, so I look forward to seeing your replies and things, as you usually do when people join in. And we've been hitting some good numbers lately with these chats. Some days we're getting 100 plus, other days we're getting the high 80s and high 90s, so it's usually pretty good, and I quite enjoy it. Lorna Mackenzie's here. Hi Andy, how's it going? I'm fine, Lorna, thank you. Very tired today. I did 2 Gatwick runs yesterday. I took someone up, hung around to bring somebody back, but the second flight was delayed. And then I had a thing at 2 o'clock in the morning this morning where I had to go to Heathrow. So haven't had much sleep really, so one of those tired days for me, but other than that, not too bad. I'm glad you got your notification as well, Lorna. That's good news. At least some more people are getting it, and I start to see my regulars turning up for the chat. Yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare, but you can't be helped. The one that was delayed was coming back from Finland, and with all these crummy restrictions that they're putting in, what's actually happening, they're not letting people in the airport to board planes until the ones in front of them have boarded the planes and gone. They're trying to keep the minimum amount of people in, and it's causing delays. In this case, it was about 2 hours. So, yeah, not the greatest really, but never mind. Anyway, for those of you that have joined us, welcome to a daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby, live from my cab. And I hope your Saturdays are going all right. We watched the football this morning, my son's team, and they won just about, managed to score both their goals in the second half. It's quite now. Just had a subscriber there, a new subscriber joined the channel. Stephen Miles, hi Grumps, hope you're having a good day. My day is good, not too bad. Yeah, Maria dos Santos has just subscribed to the channel, so I appreciate your support, Maria, and joining in and subscribing. That's what it's all about. Great stuff. Yeah, my day's not too bad, Steve. I've had a bit of a long night, a bit headachy and tired. Had a lot of miles to do and not doing it on quite enough sleep, which can happen sometimes, but I'll try and make up for it today. I've got my YouTube bits and pieces to do, and some other recording, and some work, and try and get some more sleep. And I'll be all right tomorrow because I'm at Gatwick at 5 in the morning, and then that'll be that's it for me tomorrow then. And I'm at home a little bit more, come and talk to you guys, spend a bit of time with the family. That's what it's all about. What are you up to today, those of you that have joined us already? How's your day going, where you are, what have you got planned, what have you been doing, and more importantly, what's the weather like? It's a bit chilly here today, I must admit, but not too bad really. It's one of them normal days that we get. Hey, that's the old Coke can opening. I was eating a chocolate bar in my live stream yesterday, and I spoke to my mum, who pops up, and she said it looked a bit cringy. Don't do it again. I've seen the replay and she might be right. Mark Hampson's in the chat. Hi Andy, I've just come from 3 Counties Radio listening to Charlie Dore interview. Okay, how was that? Helena Husky's here. Afternoon Andy. Mucking ponies out. Oh, that's not a good job, is it? I've got the fish to muck out in a little while. Stephen Miles, moronic flu will kill off COVID. Yeah, I mean, if everybody gets it and it's as mild as they say it is, then job done. But reading the papers this morning, you'd think completely differently. And I'll bring you a video out later, just trying to quell the flames, so to speak, and stop people panicking unnecessarily, because unfortunately people are still falling for this bullshit. I saw a police off the cuff video, called it this morning, and they described the media quite happily. You know, it's just layer upon layer upon layer of lies and frightening tactics. It's awful, absolutely awful. Let's go Doris. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's go Doris, definitely. 14 tornadoes kill over 1,000 people last night in the US. We are under attack, Mary Lepicola says. Wow. Lorna McKenzie, hello, Mystical Panda. Hello all, hello Mystical Panda, hope you're well. I missed you popping in there. Yeah, Mary, tornadoes are awful, aren't they? We don't get them in the UK. We get the odd one, but it's really, really tiny and might rip a few roof tiles off or something like that, but nothing as major as the US. It's pretty bad, and awful loss of life when they hit. Like anything, hurricanes, tornadoes, awful, awful. But you can't argue with Mother Nature, that's the thing, isn't it? You're at Mother Nature's mercy. We have some winds and things here, but nowhere near as bad as other places. Michael May's in the chat, says, hi peoples. Hi Michael May, hope you are well. Good point, Lorna McKenzie, saying to Mary, hope you're not too affected. Hope you manage to keep out of it. I voted for Doris. That was the first time I've ever voted, and I'm 60. Steve Miles. Well, I'll tell you, I was brought up in a conservative family, Tories, and when I was 18, which actually coincided with a general election, funnily enough, I voted Tory because that was, you know, what my family was. I didn't know any better. And over the years, I've you know, hum and hard, and I think to myself, what's the frickin' point? They're all the same, but, you know, we'll see. Richard Tice put a thing up saying that they're fielding 600 candidates at any future general election, and I left a note on his Twitter feed, and I said, I've lost a bit of faith. You're welcome, Mary. I try and do this every day for you. Yeah, I've lost a bit of faith in reform because of what happened with the Brexit Party. All those candidates stood, and then all of a sudden Farage withdrew a big chunk of them. It was obviously a deal to do with Brexit, that much is certain, but I expected a little bit more and I was disappointed. But I said to Richard, if you put 600 candidates up, you keep them up and you go the full way, you will get my vote. But we'll see what happens. Whether he reads his tweets or not, I don't know, but he certainly didn't reply. I didn't expect it. I just wanted to have my say, which is what it's all about. Unfortunately, globalisation destroyed the nation-state democracy. All Liberal Democrats are heading in the same direction on all the big issues. Yeah, you're absolutely damn right there, Evolver's sunglasses. You know, we're so worried about what goes on everywhere else, and we stop looking at our own front door. It's heading for disaster, isn't it? Graham Scott says, my dad was Labour, but never voted, and Mum was a Tory. I bet that was an interesting household, Graham. I mean, you'd be all right nowadays because you can't tell the difference between the two, in my opinion. But I bet that was interesting back in the day. Anyway, if you're new to the chat, welcome. Andy the Gabby Cabby Daily Chat. In my cab, in my car. And I try and do one of these every day just to try and give you a little bit of exposure to me and a little bit of exposure to each other, so we can have a chat and get to know each other a little better. I try and do it at this time every day if I can, so there's a little bit of regularity for you. But I think yesterday I was at Gatwick and had to do it from the side of the Tesco's Click and Collect while I was there. Lorna McKenzie, my mum voted Liberal under Jeremy Thorpe and Dad would not speak to her. That's the thing, isn't it? I know we laugh, but politics certainly can cause a ruck in families. I know when I sit at the table with my dad and we get on our soapbox, everyone leaves the room. I can't stand it. Sharon Shooter's here in the chat. Afternoon, Sharon. Hope you're well. Max Ernest too. Hello to you. Helen Husky. Yeah, you're right there. They certainly both are. Sophia. Hello, Andy. Hello, Sophia. Hope you're well. Lorna Mackenzie saying hello to everybody coming into the chat. Also, what's important, everybody, if you can hit the like button if you haven't done so already, because that helps the channel, helps the chat, helps the algorithm discover everything that Andy the Gabby Cabby does. Well, speaking of what Andy the Gabby Cabby does, on the 22nd of December, I'm going to be appearing on Police Off the Cuff, and I'm really looking forward to that. It's 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so it's about midnight in Britain. It's a bit of a late one, but if you could be there, I would appreciate it, but I'm sure the replay will be available later. One of the things they want me doing is talking in a New York accent. You know, you gotta be kidding me. You know, that sort of thing. I've been practicing. Yeah, I heard that. And Lorna Mackenzie and Factual Breakdown kept trying to make her stick out to Bill, saying that my mum's in the chat. I'm not sure whether he understood it or not. I might try and do that. Yeah, I've been practicing the old New York accent. You know, I'm from New York. I'm going for a walk. You know, that kind of thing. I might get it eventually. MSM will have a field day if just one person died. Yeah, they're waiting for it, aren't they? You know, if somebody gets the flu and ends up brown bread, they'll certainly have a field day with it. Hello, Anna Perkins, just in the chat. Another 2 short weeks until Crimbo, if we're allowed to enjoy it. Well, they can get stuff, can't they, Anna Perkins? I think we should all just have our say with everything. Steve Miles has the political lineup. Farage for PM, Belfield for Foreign Secretary. Is that because he'd tell the dinghy divers to fuck right off, I wonder? Hopkins Health Secretary and Andy for Transport Secretary. I like it. Very good, Steve Miles. Lorna Mackenzie saying hi to Max. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the thing on the 22nd. I've got a few stories to tell, which I'm sure they'll ask me. And they're all pair of ball breakers, apparently. Bang on, Steve. Yeah, Graham Scott likes your suggestion as well, Steve Miles. That's great. But what are you all up to today on a Saturday? Obviously, we're getting near Christmas now, aren't we? And I've got some content coming out later. Another Christmas party has come out of the woodworks, an impromptu piss-up at the Annals of Number 10. So I'll tell you about that later. And also just a little bit of information for you about what's going on in the press and what I think about it. And my little guy Rafi in the background has done something for me as well, which I'll show you. See what you'll think of it. I'd be willing to volunteer for Home Secretary and make sure that all the bad guys are banged up for as long as possible, Anna Perkins says. Well, what we're after with someone that's Home Secretary is someone that talks and someone that acts. It's all well and good talking the talk, but can you walk the walk? You know, it's yeah, very interesting times. But that pretty useless person that's currently in the post, not impressed. Wife is counting down. School finishes on Friday. Yeah, I think my kids finish then as well. Lorna Mackenzie says she'll put your name forward for Home Secretary, Anna. We'll see what happens. Oh, pardon me. More cheese and wine parties available, I expect. Yeah, Mark, definitely. All the impromptu ones, which apparently have the key players missing. God, that could be embarrassing, couldn't it? Steve Miles, I want to be in charge of diversity. I think you'd be quite good at it. Mind you, is that diversity the dance group or diversity in government? We could diversify a bit, couldn't we? Very good. I like it. Anyway, welcome to everybody that's joined the chat. Andy the Gabby Cabby Daily Chat, Saturday. I try and do one of these every day. If you haven't done so already, can you please hit the like button on the chat, because that does help the algorithm and help me and help everything else with the channel and get us noticed. I appreciate it, and thank you very much for all your support. I can't believe what a few months it's been, really. I've gone from a unknown cab driver to talking to, you know, several hundred people every day. It's really great. Retro, how's the price of diesel going near you, Andy? Anything from 145 to 150 a litre, depends on the petrol station you're at. I mean, obviously I'm diesel being a cab driver, but absolutely disgusting. We had to put our prices up a little bit ahead of time to try and absorb some of it, so not great. Anna Perkins, when I was on jury service, a friend put it about the office that I'd sent someone down for 25 years for parking on a double yellow line. Well, my old man, when he was a police officer, I mean, he's very old school, you know, that generation, with people parking on double yellow lines and everything. He used to point at them and tell me how many road traffic offences they'd broken just by parking on a double yellow line. And he says if people persist, crush their car, and then they'll soon learn their lesson. Bit extreme, but it would probably work. Michael May, same price as cider. Yeah, shame it didn't run on that. We'd be laughing. Lorna Mackenzie, a lot of people will be out Christmas shopping today, Andy. Yeah, there will be. There will be. I had to pop to the shops just this morning before I came home and came on here, and it was getting rather packed. You saw all the Christmas food and all the other goodies starting to appear on the shelves, and the you know, you get the Christmas atmosphere with the music, and everybody's in that kind of frame of mood. Oh Christ, this is going to cost me a fortune, but you know, same every year. I like this time of year, the build up to it. PJ Mosley, hello Andy. Hello PJ, hope you're well. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday, Andy the Gabby Cabby daily chat. And hope you're all well. We've got a few more people in the chat now, which is nice. Just looking out for some more of my regulars. I do worry about these YouTube notifications, you know, where you know, people aren't getting notified. I did think about scheduling these chats or find some way of letting you know that I'll be there, but you know, the issue is the airport runs. I can't guarantee I'll be here exactly the same time every day, but you know, what might be an idea is, if you haven't done so already, maybe if you're on social media, hop across and follow me, or you know, add me or whatever. You'll find all my social media links underneath the live stream in the description, and perhaps I can put on there live in 5 or something like that, and try and help you get on here, because too many people are missing it otherwise, and it's a shame. But that being said, we are getting some good traction. Steve Miles, I only found you out today by sheer luck. I think that's what's happening in a lot of cases. That's why I'm trying to keep it as regular as I can, and then you've got a rough idea when I'm up. That's fair enough, Steve Miles. You know, with a lot of the censorship and all the other shite that's going on, it seems to happen. Nessa Isaacs, hi Andy, Cornwall, UK in the house. Hello Nessa, hope you're well. Hope everything's all right down in Cornwall. Mark Hampson, can you do Facebook Live video at the same time? Well, I use a piece of software called Streamlabs, which allows me to do the live stream to YouTube, and I can do something called multi-streaming, so I can stream to YouTube, to Twitch and to Facebook all at the same time. But that's a premium feature you have to pay for, and I wanted to evaluate Streamlabs before I you know, paid for anything, but I'm very impressed so far, so that's probably something I'm going to look to in the future. I've just got to work out how it all works. Julie Keys is in the chat. Hi Andy, she says. Hello to you, Julie Keys, I hope you're well. Steve Miles says, I've been busy winding up call centre scams all day. It's fun and it passes the time. I had one yesterday. It was just a heavy breather. It was a dodgy number. It was up Lancashire way somewhere. No, I just ignored it. I thought, I don't know anyone in Lancashire, and I just heard when it went through to my switchboard, it was actually my business number they phoned. So when I googled it, it did say that it was a known number, something to do with telesales. My Uncle Gary's in the house. Gary Reynolds. Hi, Andy. Hello. It's good to speak to you on FaceTime the other day, including my completely mad son. It was nice to see you on there. I have to try and get up to see you soon. But hope you're all right today, Gary. Yes, everyone, if you see Gary Reynolds in the chat, that's my uncle. He's popped in to say hello. That's Jean Whitehead's brother. I'm just waiting for her to make an appearance now. Yeah, that's right, Graham Scott. You know, he can actually schedule 2 specific slots in every week with his phone in. And I'm not quite there yet. I'm getting there, but I'm not quite there yet. But I think these chats are, you know, are gaining some traction. People seem to like them, so I'll keep doing them. It's just an informal gas, really, isn't it? It's all good. Sharon Shooter says, hello, Uncle Gary. Yeah. Steve Miles, keep him busy. It saves other people getting scammed. Yeah, that's right, Steve Miles. My favourite one, I mean, before I was a cab driver, I used to work in IT. I was in IT for about 13 years. And you used to get these ones phoning up pretending to be from Microsoft and telling you that, you know, you've got a virus on your computer and they need to dial in and deal with it. Well, when in effect they're dialing in and scamming you something stupid. But what I do, I kind of give them enough rope. And when they think they've conned me, I then close the door on their trap and tell them that I'm actually far more knowledgeable than they thought I was. And I've been sworn at, and also they've hung up on me as well. I don't think they like getting caught with their trousers down somehow, but it is really quite funny. But welcome to those. Kay Lawson, Andy, are you not allowed to chat about because you missed me out as you were going down the list of all the chats? It's not that, Kay Lawson. The chat goes pretty quick sometimes, and sometimes I have to scroll back to see if there's anything I missed. Oh, yeah, if you're referring to the one about Japan, yeah, I see that. Why have they flatlined in Japan with it? Do I know anything about it? And I have to admit I don't. But this has come up in a few places, hasn't it, where certain countries are doing far better than others. I mean, you look at the state of Florida in America, they've basically done that to the whole thing, and they seem to be doing, you know, reasonably well now. You know, reasonably well with it all, and I wonder if that might be something behind it, because a lot of these things, I think we're killing our immune system. Where, you know, with some of the measures, and then we get to the winter months and we all get colds and all sorts, and it really amplifies the situation. I mean, that's my personal view on it anyway. Michael May, Andy is on between 2 and 3 p.m. normally. That's right. If you look out for me among those times, you know, generally I am, and if it changes, I will let you know on the stream that I actually do. Yeah, we got a few more jumped in all of a sudden. Yeah, Kay Lawson, you know, you mention that word at the end of your line, you'll get canned, basically. When I first started doing this YouTube channel a lot more regularly, they were really hot on that. For some reason, they don't want that being well known. You'll notice that I'm actually not saying the word because of that reason. I don't want the monitors picking it up. But, you know, it's such an effective treatment, and it's well known it's such an effective treatment. And I remember doing a video on it way back when, and I actually got a strike. They removed my video and gave me a warning for spreading medical misinformation. So you do have to be very careful. It's not great. I mean, you know, there's things I would like to say on here, and there's things I'd like to do, and I have to find another way round of doing it. Richard Void, that Jamie Oliver wrap was absolutely delicious. They usually are, but no good for the waistline, unfortunately. Jodie Pitt, hi Andy. Hi Jodie, hope you're well. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday. in the chat. Austin, hi Andy. Have you seen Milton Keynes Undertaker's video? Not yet, I haven't. I have to try and catch up on some things. Yeah, that's right, Retro. That's what it's all about. You know, suppress that, and money can be made with new things that apparently we have to accept are wonderful and groundbreaking and everything else. But funny enough, the media narrative. I made a prediction the way it go about 3 weeks ago, and I was sat in a room with my mum the other day and reading the news, trying to catch up on stuff, and it was all saying exactly what I predicted. And I said, there you go, Mum, I told you. It reads like a dodgy movie script. Where are we here? Truth Junkie. I don't understand why you're... Yeah, I get you, Truth Junkie, but I just feel that YouTube has the most reach, without a shadow of a doubt. It has the most reach. I can reach more people. I do. You say I feel censored. I do and I don't. You see, I can still say things on here, but I can, you know, while some people will completely close it down and won't say it, I will, but I'll do it in another way. I have another couple of channels out there that I've not used recently, and if there's something very pressing, something I feel people need to know about, then I will do something on here and point you in the right direction. So I don't feel completely that way, but I do understand why you feel like that. Victor Meldrew, Heidi, hi, Andy. Heidi, hi, I don't believe it. That's my best Victor Meldrew impression. Factual Breakdown's here in the chat, geeing everybody up. Hi, Factual Breakdown. You gotta be kidding me. See, I've been practicing. I'm from New York. I can do it like that. I'm getting there. I'm going for a walk down the block. I'm going to go see my friends, piece off the cuff. Yeah, not quite sure how that sounded, but I've been having a play. Your video was very handy. Factual Breakdown, oh, thanks. Richard Void, haha. Victor, I've met Richard Wilson, great guy. Yeah, apparently he was. Sharon Shooter. Excellent. That was spot on, was it, Lorna? Okay. YouTube live removing or shadow banning some of my comments. Okay. I'll have to have a look into this, Victor, because I don't actively ban anything. Andy the Gabby Cabby, it's exactly that attitude while they're not going to other platforms. The attitude everyone on YouTube calls it. Yeah, I do get it, Truth Junkie. I really do. You know, I don't know what to say to you apart from I'm you know, okay here. I do have other places, but it's all about reach at the end of the day, and you do get stuck in that perpetual cycle, don't you? Getting much better, moving away from John Wayne. Talk, dog. I can't get the dog bit, Factual, but I'm taking my dog. I'm taking my dog for a walk. Taking my dog for a walk. You sounded like Borat. Piss off, Uncle. Thank you very much. Victor Meldrew saying hi. This could be fun on the 22nd. I can see us having a great laugh with that. Hi, Andy. You're inspiring. I'm making the best of this Christmas as it looks like I'm getting the sack in March from NHS. So it's lots of cocktails until then. Merry Christmas. April early, you getting the sack because of the way I think you may be getting the sack. If so, don't go. Let them sack you, and then you've got more of a chance to get some comeback. Factual Breakdown. Don't you worry, my girl. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm happy here. Factual Breakdown, or pronounced or dog. Taking my dog. I get it. I remember that list you sent me. I did get your email, and I've played it a couple of times. I remember when your voice rang out on my tablet indoors. My wife was like, "Who the hell's that?" Jodie Pitt. I don't find the last episode of One Foot in the Grave funny. Yeah, I can't really remember it fully, to be honest. Where are we? Maximilian von Sprocket. Greetings, Andy, from Canterbury. Hello, von Sprocket. I hope Canterbury's all right. That's it. Dog. Taking my dog for a walk. I get it. Going for a walk around the block. Get off your horse and drink some milk. Yeah, that's the old John Wayne, isn't it? King Corona, ahoy, Andy. Victor Meldrew, Jody, no, it wasn't. It was very dark. Oh yeah, I'm with you now. Maximilian, bloody cold, mate. Yeah, I'm obviously in Margate, and it's not too great here. My New York accent isn't as pronounced as people from Brooklyn, since Dad was from the Bronx, Factual Breakdown says. I don't know what mine sounds like. It's a cross between English, Bill Cannon, and some Brooklyn-y thing. Pain in the ass. Yeah, I'll get it. I'll keep practicing. Yeah, they pronounce coffee like coffee, cup of coffee. Hello to everyone who's joined. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Factual Breakdown, keeping on top of that. I appreciate it. We've got over 100 people in the chat now, so that's great. Welcome to all of you that have just joined us. Daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Try and do one of these every day. Get together, have a chinwag, and put the world to rights. That's what it's all about, and we're getting some good traction now. There's a couple of my regulars I haven't seen yet. Mr. Mick Cardstaff and that nice Cove Lord John from round the corner. I think he probably didn't get the notification, or he's on a phone call. Should be 100 thumbs up, PJ Mosley says. How many have we got then? Because I don't see that on here. I only see the number on here, anything that happens, and how long we've been live. A little elf told me that there may be a surprise headed your way. Is that me, Factual Breakdown, that you're referring to? I like little elves with surprises, we'll have to say. Matt Michael, are you going to say, let's go Brandon? Let's go Brandon. Yeah, sing while you shop. That's going to be funny. Milkman of Human Kindness, Mike Yarwood did a mean Brian Clough impression. Yeah, I can't remember the way he sounded, really. Factual Breakdown, Dave Carr, not yet. I live in a gated, safe community. It is, Andy, Factual Breakdown says. Okay, I look forward to that. Stink Puta, Albert Steptoe pronounced coffee on coffee, just like the New York out coffee. Would you like a second tutorial? Yeah, send it over, Factual Breakdown. I've been sitting there listening to your first one, and I think I got it. I was practicing on my mum this morning, and she was in absolute hysterical laughter. Anna Perkins and UPM would be a nice surprise, but who would they pick, as there's no credible opposition? Santa, please save us. Yes, but Santa's gone a bit ambiguous, really, isn't he, according to the adverts? Yeah, this is the problem, isn't it? I mean, Boris needs to go. He's run his course. He won't resign. They'll have to boot him out or make his position completely untenable. But that's exactly the point, is it? Who would replace him? Is there anybody capable of running the country in his place? You know, let's run through the available options. You know, Diane Abacus. Oh my God, we are in trouble. But seriously, the current crop of politicians are awful, absolutely awful, and I don't trust any of them as far as I can throw them. Okay, Jody, thanks. I'll look out for them. I had a look through your previous emails the other day, Jody, trying to pick out some of your drawings. I want to give it some thought before I put your thing on here. These people don't leave willingly, even when they should. Yeah, no, Mask, I think you're right there, but yeah, I think that was the case from the beginning, really. Yeah, Max, you know, how many will it take? Maximilian von Sprocket, Boris needs to be put forward for the first man mission to the Sun. Yes, he might have written for the Sun newspaper in his time, you never know. Yeah, Retro, I totally agree with you. I think I'll move to a desert island somewhere if that happens. Could you imagine Slippery Gove as Prime Minister? Christ. She got in the shadow cabinet because she was... Yeah, that's right, Lorna, definitely. I'm glad they didn't make a shadow chancellor. That could have been entertaining. Or did they? I can't remember. Yeah, factual breakdown. I can't figure out how Abbott was even elected. She's been in Parliament for 100 years. She's never done anything else. But maybe things have declined as the years have gone on. I really don't know. Anne-Marie Waters is a very capable leader, Andy. Okay. Anne Perkins, Gove makes me feel very queasy on sight. He's the biggest bullshit merchant ever. You know, he's way up there in my view, you know, or bullshit, as the Americans say. What a load of bullshit. Anna Soubry, oh my God. Total contempt for us, wasn't she? Totally contemptuous. And how did she pay for it? With her seat. It will come back and bite them all in the end. It wouldn't at all surprise me in another general election if she tried to get her foot back in the door, but we have long memories and they're getting longer. Could it be Boris is against all creation? And yeah, maybe. I tell you what, if you look back in history and, you know, you find some older videos of these politicians before they were politicians, you know, with their views and their thoughts about things, it's very revealing, some of it, very revealing. And you get to wonder, what the hell are we doing? And they think we'll all forget that. It's madness. I mean, I saw a video long time ago. I mean, Boris was, you know, jumped on the Brexit bandwagon, didn't he? Probably because it was politically expedient and gets him into where he wants to go. But there was a video years ago where he was sitting there drinking a pint, and it looked like he was in Turkey, and he was bigging up the EU and Turkish trade deals and all this sort of thing. And it goes completely the other way to where, you know, what he said, what he's been saying recently. But then that video will get buried. It's crazy. Anna is dancing. Oh my God. You're all having a good laugh in there. Matt Michael, yes, I appreciate the vote of confidence, Matt Michael. Yeah, definitely factual. No confidence vote there. Cheers, everybody. Daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. As I say, we try and do one of these every day, get together and put the world to rights. That's what it's all about. Could it be RNLI should be in Guinness Book of Records, save more lives in the NHS? Yeah, you're right, Charisse. I went down to Dover. I drove through there a couple of days ago, and it was daylight, and it was so clear you could see. Oh, okay. See you later, Jody. TTFN. Have a good day. Thank you for coming by. Cheers to you, Mercedes. Yeah, I went through Dover the other day, and I saw France right out of the mouth of the harbour. It was as clear as day, as clear as anything. It was incredible, but I was looking for dinghy divers and I couldn't see any, so I guess they must sneak them in the back door. You never know. No, Mask, mind you, when you see Biden in action, you realise there's always people worse off than you are. It's all this crap with Russia at the moment. Who loves you, baby? Yeah, I love it, Richard Void. Yeah, always people worse off than you. I saw Biden thinking he could, you know, strong-arm Putin the other day, and the whole episode just made me laugh. It was ridiculous. Hey, I don't know if anybody has a look, but we got merch. Got a mug on a mug. See my mug? I think the guy looks familiar. And toodaloo on the back. Well, toodaloo backwards because of this damn camera phone. I can never get the words round the right way. Whenever I try and film something, I always make sure I don't have any wording behind me because it looks rather stupid. Yeah, no, Mask, you're right. He's probably sitting there thinking, what the hell is this guy talking about? Yeah, Nesbitania and all that kind of thing. Rubbish. Full Biden was not elected by we the people of the United States. Yeah. Let's look forward to 2024, shall we? Factual breakdown, your mug will be all over New York City soon. Well, I hope it does with my accent I'm working on when I go for a walk in New York. A walk with my dog in New York. I might get it. I know I'm a pain in the ass. A pain in the ass with my crummy New York accent. See, I'm trying. I'm very trying, as they say. Anyway, enough of that. If police off the cuff are watching sneakily, they might hear me making an ass out of myself. Yeah, you're right, Factual. You know, something's got to give sooner or later, hasn't it? We will see. Fourth booster. Yeah, Mark. It's going to be number 4, number 5, number 6, isn't it? Where they can all stick it up their backside, followed by a cactus. Because it'll chafe more. That's what I say to it. Yeah, Lorna McKenzie, Ukraine. There's a lot of that in the paper today. It's like they're all trying to scare the shit out of us again. Ant-Man rules. Biden is probably the weakest president ever. Can he remember if he is, though? That's the trouble. I don't trust any politician. Yeah, no, I think that's quite a big feeling somewhere. Yeah, Carmen Smith. I think it's all about the money. But everything I predicted a few weeks ago about the narrative is all it's all coming true, really. When did that happen, Factual? Was that today or the last week or two? Last couple of days, I missed that. But, yeah, I couldn't agree with him more, to be quite honest. Matt Michael, I'm buying shares. Yeah, that might be a sensible thing to do. That's the one, thank you. Be right back. Factual breakdown's going for a cup of coffee. She'll be back. Round the block in a bit. Lorna McKenzie, Anna, yep, China. Yeah, the China virus. That's the one, thank you. Yes, we've got fair few people are laughing. Within the last week, okay, Factual. Yeah, that's something might be afoot then. We'll have to keep a close eye on that across the pond with our American friends. Don't buy China. Yeah, we've PJ Mosley. That's a very valid point. We've become so dependent on cheap crap made in China, haven't we? Of late, it's I say of late, it's been going on for years. We're completely dependent. We need to get away from that. We need to get away from that rapidly, I think. It's not great. It may take a few years, but we'll get there. Trouble is, everything's designed to break, isn't it? I mean, I've got a car sitting on my driveway in front of me, which is 13, 14 years old. And, it'll go and go and go and go. But other cars, they're awful, especially if they got certain parts made in them. Rubbish products, that's right, PJ Mosley. I mean, one of my kids likes buying stuff, quite regularly. And it's just not great. Not great at all, really. Yeah, I saw that, Mark Lockwood, about smoking in New Zealand. I bought a video out on that a day or two ago. And let's look at it. Prohibition didn't go too well in America, did it? So how does Jacinda... I always say Jacinda Hard-on now, because I'm too used to hearing how she's called on the Belfield channel, but I think it's Arden, isn't it? I don't know what she thinks she's thinking, but at the end of the day, if people want to smoke, they'll find a way of smoking. It's been going on for, thousands of years, and they're not going to stop, are they? I've got a friend that smokes, and he just goes round all the cheaper fags, and, yeah, mad. Kelly Boa, sorry if I mispronounce your name, Kathy. 2 MEPs spoke out against the Chinification of Europe this week. There is hope as more joining the dots. Yes, that's what it's all about. People need to wake up. I like it, No Mask. I like it. You're a very naughty person, but you might be onto something there. Nash to Wolf 1097. Buy local, buy high quality. Buy local, fresh from the farm. Yeah, we need to support all the little guys, don't we? All these big multinationals are clearing up. Look at Amazon. When bars were on their knees, number 10 were on the wine and cheese. That rhymes, doesn't it? And it stinks like a good old block of brie. Brie, I like that. Milkman of Human Kindness by British. Yeah, I'll drink to that. Daily Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Super putting the world to rights. There is an international aisle at Shannon Lee's supermarket with a bit of space for UK product. And Shannon buys a lot of British food, so there you go. Just listening today, but thought I'd say hello. Hi, Late Lizard. Thank you for just listening. I always appreciate the support, even if you're, just sitting there with me tinkering away in the background. It's all good still. I appreciate it. Absolutely by British. Yeah, there's a lot of patriotism coming through and a lot of sense. It's good to see. Did you see Arden video with man sausage? No, I didn't, Jane. That might explain the man thing earlier on. I'll have to look into that. But that would explain something, wouldn't it? Honesty and truth, those in power with shares in the big pharma will be the biggest scandal in history. They say, don't they, follow the money. It'd be interesting. I noticed with Companies House, when you do a bit of research into these companies, you see, I have a limited company. I'm a director of a limited company to do with my business. And there's two directors, me and my wife. But I noticed with some of these bigger companies, you have officers of the companies which are other companies. So you're masking individuals' names. And then you go and have a look at those companies. And then there are individuals, but then there are other companies as officers. And it goes down the... Yeah, I very much doubt it, Tim Hicks. I very much doubt it, because I think they know, don't they? Verdict reached in Jussie Smollett case, guilty. Probably get probation. Yeah, probably. I think that was ridiculous, all that. How he thought he would get away with it. There was some buffering, PJ Mosley says. Okay, it might be a temporary glitch in the signal. Henry Kirkman, Toothy Bob Grant from On the Buses is Arden's dad. Love it. Anyway, welcome everybody. You just joined us. Daily Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. As always, we're here on a daily basis, just putting the world to rights, having a chat of each other, getting on, getting by, as you have to do in these times. And I hope you're all well. And looking forward to the weekend. We got Christmas coming soon. And I went round my local shop earlier just to get a couple of groceries. Just to, stock up the old cupboard. And it was nice to see the Christmas atmosphere starting to appear everywhere. People are starting to enjoy themselves and, get the bits and pieces in. And the Christmas music was on. And we all go, we wish you a Merry Christmas, and offend as many people as possible who don't like it. Yes, somebody's shown some love for On the Buses. But, it was a good one. You can't beat some of the old comedies, can you? All the stuff that's offending all the lefty types now. They want to cancel it. Where are we? On the Buses, factual breakdown. Damn right they are. I'm expecting a big announcement, distraction. What is Bojo's daughter's name? Yeah, when you read the news, I had a look earlier, and there's so much crap trying to mask what's really going on. It's awful. Yeah, you have to pick around everything. It's bad. Benny Hill, bring back Benny Hill. Yeah, definitely old school. What else have we got? Alf Garnett, DB Cooper. Could you imagine him in this day and age? God, it'd send the lefties into a tiz. Somebody who's just popped on and said hello. Lisa Farr. Yes, hello, Lisa Farr. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're well. Daily Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Till death us do part. Yeah, absolutely class, isn't it? I mean, he was the biggest racist bastard you've ever met in your life, but he was absolutely hilarious. He wouldn't last 5 minutes in this day and age. You'd cancel him in a second, an absolute sheer second. I mean, if they try and cancel something like Only Fools and Horses, Alf Garnett's got no hope, has he? You got all the On the Buses on DVD, Stephen Owens. That's great. That's great. That's what we need to do. We need to get hold of these things on any media we can and, keep them alive. Jasmine Patrick, Fact Tech, yeah. DB Cooper, Alf Garnett was not woke. He most certainly was not. He said it as it is. PJ Mosley says, I still love Jim Davison. I love Jim Davison. I'm a big fan. I mean, people say, oh, he's a tired-out old comedian. He needs to get off the telly, go away. What a load of crap. You know, he can still tell a decent joke as well as the best of them. And, you know, I grew up on a diet of Jim Davison, Big Break and Generation Game. Absolutely hilarious. I saw, what was it, Cinderella Pissed was the pantomime, wasn't it, where he was on a stage with Charlie Drake and absolutely falling around laughing, the pair of them. Totally obscene and rude, but it's hilarious. Yeah, Jim Davison, bring him back for God's sake. Well, Jim Davison's got his own TV channel, hasn't he? Ustream, where you can sign up a monthly amount, and he just does what he wants his way. I'd be very surprised if he ever did come back to mainstream TV, because they've just gone too woke. You know, too far the other way, and he wouldn't be able to thrive. He wouldn't be able to do what he does, which is a shame. Remember Charlie Drake in the 1950s? Yeah, he was around for a long time, wasn't he, old Charlie? Steptoe and Son, that's another one. Ooh, Matron. Yeah, Stink Pooter. Yeah, it's Kenneth Williams, that, wasn't it? I grew up on Monty Python, so I must admit, I couldn't get into Monty Python. I did try, but it's not one. Dave Allen, yeah, definitely. Brilliant comedian. Really some of the classics coming out now. I'm coming round to house after this. That old film, yeah, that was brilliant, Max Ernest. That was one of my dad's favourites. I sat down and watched that with him. The Plank. There's a few planks in this day and age, isn't there? But Jim was kicked off Celebrity Hell's Kitchen for voicing his opinions. Well, there you go. Case in point. It probably told Gordon Ramsay to go forth and multiply. That probably didn't go down too well. In the US, we like Monty Python just to hear the way they talked. Okay. Dave Allen, The Death Race, priceless. Yeah, I saw some of his stuff the other day. Really great. Tommy Cooper, Eric Sykes, yeah, some of the great ones. I like Tommy Cooper where he kept trying to do all these magic tricks and they all kept going wrong. Absolutely hilarious content, really was. Jane Griffiths up Pompeii, Frank Spencer, oh yeah, definitely. Betty, yeah, they did that little remake, didn't they? And he was hanging on a bus, being pulled along on roller skates. I think it was for children in need or comic relief or something, and he can still do all the stuff he could 40 years ago. It's brilliant. Real comedy shouldn't be censored. Yeah, you're dead right. They don't make it like that anymore. Four Candles, absolute classic. You had the original with the two Ronnies, and there was one they did with Harry Enfield several years later, but both were still very funny. Too many lefties, Ant-Man rules. Yeah. I have a regular conversation with a friend of mine. He doesn't like me referring to lefties in a detrimental sense, because he says I'm a lefty and proud of it. When I say lefty, I mean the far left, the ones that want to cancel everything, are easily offended, and you know all the rest of it. Whereas he's a lefty in the sense he's a Labour Party man. But when I say lefty, yeah, I call them leftards as well, Tim Hicks. I'm referring to the totally extreme, and you know where they complain about, you know, us right-wing kind of people being offensive and destructive and everything else. If you don't agree with their views, they'll insult you, try and destroy you, and take you out of action. So you can't win, really, can you? It's absolutely nuts. You know, will there be a day where we all get on and, you know, where we can all disagree respectively? I really don't think there will be any time soon. But yeah, it's bad. The left is starting to eat itself. I'm not worried about them anymore. I'm far more worried about the world's governments. Look at what they're doing to Jay. Yeah, totally right there. I mean, she got banned from her own reunion, didn't she? Absolutely crazy. No mask, go far enough left. Who said that? That looked like it could be quite profound. Go far Far enough left, you end up right, and vice versa. No opposition anymore. It's them and us now. Yeah, you can't tell the difference between any of them anymore. All the funny bits will be read back. Harry Enfield's a terrible lefty. Yeah, most of them are, aren't they? Most of the modern day lot. They're awful, and they seem to have got worse as they've got older. How about the British public being offended by all this woke nonsense? I'm very offended, very offended. Max Ernest, J.K. Rowling being cancelled was a disgrace. It was, because at the end of the day, without her, there would have been no Harry Potter at all, would there? And how can you cancel the creator of that whole world from her own reunion? I just don't get that one little bit. Somebody somewhere has really scored an own goal with that one. Yeah, libtards is another one. They're all coming out now. Where are we? Just checking that I haven't missed anyone in the chat. I agree, Andy. Max Ernest. Tim Hicks, arguing with a leftard is like playing chess with a pigeon. It will strut about the board, knock over the pieces and shit on them and tell you they've won. Yeah, I had an argument with a lefty about 3 or 4 weeks ago that ended like that. He kept wanting the last word all the time, and I just got bored in the end and thought, go away. Best thing is never speak to a lefty. You're far simpler then. Anyway, let's not carry on bashing the lefties too much. You know they've got delicate dispositions. You know why they are. They have purple hair and limp wrists. I love it. Cancelling nothing to do with logic. If Emma Watson hadn't been it, she wouldn't be where she is. Yeah, too right, Lorna. Too right. That's what a lot of people tend to forget where they come from, don't they? Sometimes, and who they have to thank for where they come from. A lot of the time, it's a crazy, crazy world. DB Cooper, Thomas the Tank Engine is in the US has Sir Topham Hatt instead of the Fat Controller for fun. Yeah, I saw that. It's ridiculous. I was talking to your mum, Andy, about adopting my Shannon Lee as a granddaughter. She might be up for that, Factual. She does tend to like to help and be there for people, so you might be onto something. But if Shannon Lee ever does come over here and you're not able to join her, then I'm sure we can sort something out. Let me know. Mark Loppard, 64 Tory MPs named to vote against. Yeah, but he's going to be relying on the old Labour vote, isn't he, to push for any of this nonsense. But we'll see what happens. Really see what happens. I wonder if Andy will read this comment out. Let's see. King 77703. Yes, I did. Does that help? Good afternoon, everybody. Better late than never. Have you seen how much money Pfizer's has made? It's ridiculous. No, I haven't, Mick Hardstaff. But I reckon there's several noughts on the end of it, isn't there? Yeah, see, King 77703. I got you there, didn't I? Visual culture, the mines have gone, the dockyards have gone, the apprenticeships are gone. Now our towns are being gentrified, taking our local shops away and our pubs. Yeah, we had this down our way. You know, we got a shopping centre called Westwood Cross, and we got shops up there. And before that opened, all the shops were in the towns, and they were doing good trade and everything else. Hi, Mike Alligators. Yeah, and Westwood Cross opened and everything migrated up there, and it killed the towns. And then you wonder, what the hell are you going to do with them? It's mad, crazy times. But anyway, I do apologise to people that have just joined us, who've only just got the notification, but we're coming up to the hour, and I don't usually like to go much over that because things start to get a little bit stale, don't they? So I'm going to bid you goodbye. There'll be some more content coming out from 6 o'clock, as always. Go and check that out, and hope you find it useful, and I've tried to bring you some value of what I found and the opinions I've given. thank you very much for your support, all of you. I do appreciate it. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and these daily chats are certainly gaining some traction, usually over 100 most times, and getting on for 1,000 in most of the replays, so we're heading in the right direction. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you're new here and just listening, I would appreciate that help, because it helps the channel grow at the end of the day in the YouTube algorithm. And again, you can find me on social media and other places like that as well. Have a look in the description underneath this or to the side, depending on what device you're looking at it on, and we can continue. And as long as you are here, I will continue. So until later on, until tomorrow, enjoy your Saturday, and I bid you, as usual, toodaloo.